raise everybody's wages a commensurate amount, then you are going to have this snowball effect on the economy that just keep going up. And then all the prices just get raised up. So my big thing has always been that when you raise the minimum wage, you really don't help anybody, because if you raise the minimum wage 5%, but your costs go up 5%, I know it's not 1-to-1 like that, but it does eventually get to a point where when you raise minimum wage up a certain amount, it raises everything up a certain amount. So everybody stays down on the same rung of the ladder that they were on before the minimum wage went up, and you're not really changing anything. No. All you're doing is you're raising what we consider the poverty line to be. You're just raising that.
You're speeding up the process of natural inflation.
Mm-hmm.
I would imagine, yeah. I don't know enough about economics to say that that's true or not, but that does make sense to me.
From a business standpoint, where you're raising up, okay, so I have to pay my employees 25%. Okay, I own a McDonald's, and I have to pay my employees $20 an hour. So there's two ways of looking at this. One, I have to cut costs somehow. Now, I don't know how many of you, well, I'm pretty sure a lot of people have been in McDonald's and Taco Bell and Wendy's and all that. There's no more cashier. There's
a lot of like self-serve kiosks.
Unless you're going to pay
that.
cash, you still order from a kiosk, but you pay your cash at the register, but there's no one there. So now I don't have, there's one less employee I have, one less job now. Okay, now I need people to cook. Well, I only need a couple people to cook. And then like I was saying a few weeks ago on one of the episodes with Nicole, when we were arguing about robots, it's getting to the point where a machine can cook a burger.
Right.
Now I just need someone to man the machine and someone to manage the store. So now I'm down to 2 or 3 employees.
Right.
So now we're not, wait, now, you're getting more of a livable wage, but I also don't need as many people.
I think that's an important thing you just said right there, is a livable wage. Mm-hmm. If the minimum wage is designed to be a livable wage, it's failing, and it's always failed, because I don't think anyone has ever been able to work a full-time minimum wage job. And what we were talking about, Christine and I earlier, about 3 people being able to live off, or 2 people being able to live off minimum wage, a full-time job. You can't do it. Yeah. So do we need to change what we call the minimum wage and change the entire way we think about it and start talking about how we make a livable wage, however we do that? Yeah. Because the minimum wage, although I think originally designed to be a livable wage, has never been so. At least not in my working life in the past couple decades. Minimum wage, to my knowledge, has never really been like you'd have to have a roommate, or you'd have to have a spouse that was also working, that kind of thing.
Well, see, and that's what kind of leads into one of my points that I wanted to come across is working in a fast food industry should not be like a career choice. You shouldn't. Now, I know you had something, a rebuttal to that, but in my opinion, you shouldn't be a second grade kid and the teacher says, what do you want to be when you grow up? And you want to say, I want to work at Burger King. Like, that should not be your career choice. Burger King is where you work while you're either going to go to school or you're still figuring your life out. And you're like, oh, I need some money in the meantime. Or I'm still in high school.
You just want some extra cash for the weekend. Let me get some extra cash
so I can go take out this girl and this and that, get my Edgar haircut on and all that.
I need an Edgar haircut.
But
go full Edgar.
It's not a career job. It's a stepping stone. It shouldn't be a choice that you want to make. Like, I want to work this for the rest of my life. Yeah. Now, I feel like that's a lazy choice to be like, no, I'm just going to work here because I'm getting paid minimum wage and blah blah blah. But I mean, you had.